Hello, I'm EnterElysium and welcome to Let's Play Warhammer 40,000 Mechanicus. Mechanicus is a game where you run around with a squad of tech priests trying to unlock and gather the secrets, or destroy possibly the secrets, of a tome of Necrons. Basically, robot people. It's a very crude analogy, but similar enough. I'm actually not going to need to explain too much about the lore behind the Mechanicus because there's a really good intro video, which amusingly means I'm actually have to exit the game, but I really want to show you this intro video before we get going because it's really good. Like, it sums up the lore about what you need to know about them going in pretty quickly, which I really appreciate, especially going to something like Warhammer 40,000 where there's all that background lore.
From the moment I understood the weakness of my flesh, it disgusted me. I craved the strength and certainty of steel. I aspired to the purity of the blessed machine. Your kind cling to your flesh, as if it will not decay and fail you. One day the crude biomass that you call the temple will wither, and you will beg my kind to save you. But I am already saved. For the machine is immortal. Even in death, I serve the Omnisire.
It's a pretty cool intro. It's pretty good. Pretty good. That sums up everything you really need to know about the Mechanicus just going in. I'm just going to decrease the volume of the music a little bit. There we go. Right. Let's do it. New game. The 41st millennium, a time of darkness and war. The Imperium of Man claims the whole galaxy in the name of the God Emperor. It fights an endless war against Xenos from without, heretics from within, and supernatural horrors from beyond. Alongside the Imperium's war fleet serve the Adeptus Mechanicus. They are the tech priests of Mars, guardians and reclaimers of humanity's technology, ever searching for remnants of knowledge from man's glorious past, exploring the depths of the galaxy for worlds long lost to mankind. In the name of the name of the machine god, they manufacture the Imperial war machines within gigantic foundries known as Forge Worlds. Gradually, the tech priests of the Adeptus Mechanicus shed their human weaknesses, replacing their limbs and organs with machinery that is both stronger and spiritually pure. They lead us the inscrutable Magi, protect the Forge Worlds, and explore the furthest corners of the galaxy with their cohort of Skitarii troops. Personally, I've always preferred the titles for Fabricator General over Magi. Fabricator Generals are in charge of either major Forge Worlds or, like, basically the Forge Worlds of a sector, or Mars. Incidentally, Fabricator General of Mars is above every other Fabricator General in terms of rank structure. It is a time of warfare, tragedy, and portents of doom. Across this benighted galaxy, the Adeptus Mechanicus are one of man's last defenses against a new Dark Age. Or perhaps they'll be the ones to hasten its dawn. Yeah, they're very protective of technology. They don't like anyone else doing anything with technology. That's part of their agreement with the rest of the Imperium, because technically they're like a vassal state, sort of. It's a true analogy, actually. They are basically a vassal state. Like, they will do everything for the Imperium, and the Imperium says, to an extent, as long as the Imperium lets them do all the technology, and kind of just doesn't really get in their way. And that's I think it's the Treaty of Mars. But they're very protective of their knowledge, and they also don't like to research things, because they think that innovation is a perversion of technology. So, yeah, they can be a problem sometimes. Some of them are okay. The canon flip-flops a bit on that. An echo in the noosphere, Magos. An old transmission lost in the warp and recovered only now. Is it worthy of our attention? The Great Divide torments the galaxy. The resources of the Adeptus Mechanicus are stretched thin. We are weaker than ever, though the Imperium at large knows it not. This represents an unknown but possible key to victory. An opportunity to research. Perhaps avert the ill fate that's befallen us. See, research is a dangerous word. Some Mechanicus are like, yeah, cool, research, that's great. And some of them are like, how dare you pervert the technology we've been given? They're weird. The transmission's origin is Silver Tenebris. I don't know what that means. That means tenumbrum, shadow, darkness. Part of the Amissus Solaris within the Ultima segmentum. Search the rolls, Redditus. Gather them. R/Tenebris. 4 months later. Accessing Magos Risak oh, okay. Whoever finds this transmission and follows me here, give thanks that you will see what I've seen. But be wary, my fellow seekers of knowledge, whatever lies beneath this world, I fear, I hope, I've woken it. I came to this world to investigate its ruins, but I found so much more. Terrors, yes. Threats to body and soul. But by the Omnissiah, I have found such wonders. This is the last transmission of Magos Risak. He vanished while on an exploratory mission to investigate Xenos structures on Silver Tenebris. Alien. Xenos is alien. Anything not of humanity. He found something. Our mission in this world is to ascertain any Xenos presence and, if we find it, eliminate it as a threat to the Imperium. The opening of the Great Divide. Pause. The Great Divide is a recent addition to the canon. Personally, I'm not quite as up on it because the recent canon's been a little bit iffy. But this one change is that it's a major change. The galaxy is now divided by a big warp rift right down the center, which basically splits the galaxy in two. It makes getting resources back and across, like, from one side to the other very difficult, and also isolates a lot of places. That's the TLDR. The opening of the Great Rift means we can call on no additional support from the Forge Worlds. We must achieve this with the troops and resources we bring with us. There we go. Benefit analysis. Peace for sector. Knowledge for mankind. Potential opportunity.
An opportunity to destroy the works of the Xenos, Scaevola, not appropriate them. Semicicus transcripts verse 619. What the enemy built, let it be made asunder. For to us, it will be as a house of sand and knives.
Magi, we are approaching the target coordinates. So, there you go. It's... Ooh. Oil leak. Cataphrons have gone rogue. Warp levels into... Oh no! Bad things happening! Bad things happening! Exiting the Empyrean. That's a warp. The Immaterium. We made it though. There she is. Temperate climate atmosphere. Standard breathable. My Skitarii troops should be able to operate down there without trouble. I'm gonna pause again for a second. I really like how you already have several tech priests, and each of them is displaying a different facet of politics within the Mechanicus. Like, you've got that guy who's like, no, Xenos stuff is just, we need to obliterate it, right? And the other person is like, oh, well, we can research this, and already they're doing a really good job of portraying how there are multi-facets without trying to shove too much lore in your face or anything. But they're already displaying the Mechanicus as, instead of just one monolithic entity with one point of view, there's a lot of internal bickering, which is great. I mean, it's going to be a mechanic later on that we'll see. I'm pretty sure that you'll have options to destroy stuff or keep stuff and have to make decisions. But they've already straight up gone and shown you that there's this guy who's like, yeah, they made the knives sand and they'd be torn asunder. You know, I'm really digging this. Are they ready to make landfall? As soon as we're in a stable orbit, Magos. Administratum records indicate a single colony. St. Eckhardt's Hope, on the surface near the Xenos ruins. No contact recorded in 2 centuries. Colony presumed failed. The Skitarii will deploy to the surface, near the ruins, along with a team of tech priests under my direct command. I shall monitor them from the command throne on board. So Skull Redditus will serve as my eyes on the surface. We'll make landfall at once. Yes, Bagels. I'll set up a forward command post. Rezek's transmissions look like they came from underground. We'll secure any entrance to the underground structure so your tech priest can begin the exploration. Agrilink sector unlocked. This tomb reeks of stale, dusty antiquity. Its once stern architecture is littered with debris and tarnished with the patina of age. Here and there fissures of structure cast feeble light over cracks and tarnished metal. The tomb was once brutal. Brutalist. No, the tomb wasn't brutal. It is brutal, but we'll get to that. And oppressive. As if designed to crush the spirits of its inhabitants. It is no less intimidating now, but instead of evoking a merciless guiding intelligence, it speaks only of decline and of death. This place seems abandoned at first glance, but as the exploratory troops move through its hushed corridors, the ancient dust stirs, and something long dead begins to take on a facsimile of life. Going by our fragmentary information, it looks like a buried tomb structure. This is a great game to play when you've got a bit of a sore throat, sorry. Then the sword of the Omnissiah is ready to fall. We deploy immediately. I do like Scaevola. He talks a little bit like in a programming kind of way. Let secrets of this world equal 0. Oh.
I counsel caution, Magus Faustinus. Our purpose here should be to destroy the threat of the alien, not to bask in its blasphemy. The aphorisms of the Logic Saints, 7.91. In the presence of the Xenos lies the invisible miasma of corruption.
I mean, you know, I hate Videx, but at the same time, I love the character. Destruction is not possible from orbit, Videx. The structure is too deeply buried. And Scaevola, I have no intention of plundering whatever trinkets I can find from this place. I do. I want to plunder all the trinkets.
Give me knowledge. Knowledge is power. Power is energy. And energy can be made into matter, and matter warps space-time.
The exploratory unit of tech priests is inside the tomb and ready to proceed, Magos. There is no telling what we may find. My men will hold the perimeter in case of the unexpected. It would be folly to commit our whole manpower to the unknown, especially the potential of a morale threat exists that the Skitarii are less able to withstand. I have the greatest respect for my Skitarii, but they're still far from the ascension that a tech priest affords. I agree, Subdomina. I shall lead the mission in person from my command throne. Service Gold Redditor shall be my eyes and ears on the ground. Omnissiah be praised, we're going in. The Desert Mechanicus are a curious breed. They explore and interact with machines that they do not fully understand. Within this tutorial, you'll have to explore the interface to discover what to do. Like a true tech priest, you must experiment in order to learn. Ooh, experimenting. Dangerous. We'll help you out this one time. Left mouse button on the adjacent room to move. Da-da-da! My guess is that these people will all die as a lesson in how dangerous this place is. The Xenos hieroglyphs, I know of them. They are my undoers. Necrons! Mysterious, ill-researched, corruptive. Ooh, so Redditus was killed by Necrons. Interesting. This could be a rare sample of the Necron language, Magos. With barely any understanding of it, collecting data from this obelisk could move our understanding of the language ahead for the first time in centuries.
This is the work of the alien, Magos. Codex Fulminatus. 83.12. Show caution and scorn in all things.
Sometimes tech priests will feed back important information about what's found in the room. These decisions will require you, our commander, to make decision. There'll be consequences, so choose wisely. Wisely. Ahead is an obelisk-like room, covered in what can only be described as hieroglyphic symbols. It almost reaches the tall ceiling of this chamber. Destroy. Secure. Scrutinize. I'm going to scrutinize. We're detecting a massive energy spike from inside the tomb. Something's happening there. Something huge. Noctilithic source detected. Also known as Blackstone. Request collection immediate. So a recent addition to the lore is the addition of a substance called Blackstone, which is... I'm less up to date on the newer lore. It's psychoreactive in that it can do a lot of stuff with the warp, and is very rare. Ooh. 150 Blackstone. As one of the tech priest kneels to get a close look at the obelisk, it seems to react to the cohort's presence. The obelisk spills open and a powerful, painful wave of exotic energy spills out. Inside are clustered formations of a rare-looking material. Oh, hello. There's enemies up here. Initiative advantage. This is new since the press build. Alright, let's take our fight. Hello. Necrons. Arisek did encounter them after all. No wonder he didn't make it off this planet. Every datum we have says that they're as deadly as they are in a human. The cult encounters resistance in the form of Xenos constructs, not flesh and blood creatures, but artificial bodies that move with precision and coordination. Crusade. Aggressive, we will not be outmaneuvered, but we risk running headlong into the fire. Caution. Do not charge in heedlessly, lest the trick of the alien be our downfall. Consistency. We will do it by the book. You know what? I think since it's our first engagement, I think we would go in by the book, and we might have to then adjust our tactics. But from a slightly role-playing perspective, we would definitely go in by the book, and then we might have to improvise. Oh, the code there looked like a Necron warrior. That was really cool. Sorry, I'm just gonna geek out about things. Xenos form detected. Confirmed. Hereditous cognites now function for synthetic forms. Overwhelming excitement. Finally! Oh, yeah, you've got a super bland voice, which is why you always state basically like a Elcor. Overwhelming excitement. Finally, we can study this. Standard construct, Necron warrior. Weak spots detected, none. Equals concerning. Oh, you're my favorite tech priest. I wonder about the symbols emblazoned on their torsos. It must... Do not underestimate. Gauls weaponry, highly volatile. This is true. I've heard our brothers and sisters Mechanicus have lost their lives trying to solve the mysteries of Xenos weapons. Approach with caution. It is also double-checking cognites, widely known that they will self-repair, reanimate, or reconstruct themselves if left the time to do so. Wounds that would instantly kill a Skitarii are the equivalent for Class C grades to Necrons. Kill all enemies. Okay. This is the Battleview Arena. You have control while you sit in orbit, because Wi-Fi. Okay, we must pick where we want to start all of our troops off. How do I not be top down? I guess I am top down for now. Apprentice Jeremiah, Magos Manarius. Okay. You have a close combat weapon. Oh! 2 damage. 1 got knocked away by my armor. Two damage, 1 knocked away by armor because I've got 1 energy armor. Can I... Oh yeah, you can zoom in like this. I can't remember how to get rid of the HUD. I really want to like zoom in and get rid of the HUD and then be like, now I can get all the pictures. Do Do you have a way to get rid of HUD? Key bindings. No. No, that makes me sad. Okay. Wait. Why is my was to stop working? Oh. I was somehow locked facing one particular... Interesting, okay. Right. I'm just gonna quickly just double check. I'm pretty sure I had a way of getting rid of the HUD. Maybe I'm lying to myself. Okay, I couldn't figure out a way to get rid of the HUD to take the pretty pictures. So you're just gonna have to suffice with being a less pretty picture. Hey there. And you guys aren't really that interesting. You look like you're just... You know, you're not trying hard enough. You're not leveled up. Right, let's get going. If I go here, I'll get a cognition point. Do we get any cognition points? Do we have any abilities that need cognition points? So Skull, blah blah blah. Helpful in combat, they collect cognition points, letting them need to find its battle statistics. So, this will reveal its stats, and also we'll get a cognition point. They reveal HP, physical armor, energy armor, and then you decide what types of physical energy work best against the target. So we now know that you have 6 HP and 1 physical armor. Luckily for us... Oh, macro stubber. That is a physical attack. Okay. Well, that sucks. I guess we'll get ourselves a cognition point anyway. You've just moved your tech priest to a source of cognition point. And yoink! Did we not get one when we researched you earlier with the Service Skull? Oh, we can collect it, but we can't get it when we research someone. That makes sense. Right, macro stubber. Oh, so cool. You put your hand out, but the macro stubber is actually on this arm on the back of you. That's so cool. Right. And that is the end of your go. Well, we've actually got our extra move if we want to spend a cognition point. I don't want to. Now, Servo Skull, Phosphorus Serpenta, which is energy, or the axe. We're going to use the cognition point collection. Because I'm going to assume your stats are the same. Now, we've got 2 cognition points. The Phosphorus Serpenta requires us to have 2 cognition points. Yoink. Don't think there's a way to do waypoints, so I can't, like, say go here and then continue on. But if you've got 1 armor... No, you don't have armor against energy, and this is an energy attack. And this is 6 to 8. You should have 6 HP. You should die. Oh, you did have an energy armor. Ah, but we did enough. Killing Necrons isn't simple. Necrons are made of self-repairing metals able to knit together dismembered limbs and gaping wounds. This is called reanimation protocol. They are unable to fight, but will soon return to fighting condition. Dealing any amount of damage to a Necron in this state will kill them indefinitely. And we'll enter. At the start of every new round, there's a cognition acquisition phase. This phase is where cognition points are replenished at Necron cognition reserves. Yoink. Yoink. You're able to call in other members of the cohort as the battle goes on. This will happen at the start of every round. You'll need CP to deploy troops. I'm actually not going to deploy... No, I could. I've got 3. Sure. In Mechanicus, there are two types of units to control. Tech Priests, the two units you've already got, and Troops. Tech Priests you can level up and you can give stuff to and call equipment, etc., whereas Troops are just Troops. They're always the same. Troops are your servants and cannon fodder, and don't have access to many weapons and skills. However, they're useful and should not be overlooked. And 1 damage. I'm just going to move to there to try and box them in. We collect a cognition point when hit by an enemy for dead scan. Ooh, that's useful. When an enemy moves at a melee range, providing your unit is a melee weapon, this will trigger an opportunity attack. An opportunity attack gives you a unit free melee attack. Each unit can only perform 1 each round. Okay, so you run away, get hit for 3? Damn! No threats remaining. We can deal with them at will. That was useful. Nice. Good job there. That's Servitor. All Xenos lifeforms purged. Your cohort's HP amount carries out from each fight within a mission. Keep this in mind when exploring a tomb and look out for opportunities to repair. Yeah. Okay, there's a thing down here, though. I like the little stuff it's got right there. That's cool. Hypothesis formulation. Sarcophagi, coffins, burial place, structure, purpose, designation, tomb. In the chamber head are several groups of structures, like upright coffins of an unknown material. Ignite, destroy them, ignore them, get picked grabs and readings. This is a bad idea, because obviously there are Necrons in the tombs, but I'm going to intrigue. They're waking up. But, got some Blackstone. Oh, I missed reading that last text. They're getting power from somewhere else, I think it said. Hello. After exploring the chamber for several minutes, a tile underfoot clicks. The sound of whirring energy builds up, and around your troops, a quick omnispecs scan reveals you're surrounded on all sides by Xenos lifeforms. That's really cool. That's a good transition. Kill all enemies, alright. That's not really surrounded, but I'll take it. You've got the macro stubber, so you don't do as much damage, I think. If they're... I don't know what armor they've got, so... And I will use some cognition to start with 2 servitors. Three damage. Cognition point. When servitors are hit in combat, tech priests take an interest, quickly noting down damage angles, projectile speeds, and other useful information. But yeah, cognition point. That's pretty handy. Now, the reason I wanted the servitors here is that they can basically block this off. This is 3 cognition. I can only take 1 more. Right, let's try and move up. 2 physical. Yeah, no physical's really going to do much to you at all. This is a cognition move, so it'll cost me a cognition point, because I'm moving twice. Out of range. Okay. Free cognition point. Right. Move up to here. Boss for Serpenta. Don't roll minimum. Yeah! Actually, regardless of what we roll, that'd be a kill. Sweet. And we critical hit, which means that they can't reanimate. Sweet. And instantly teleported away for repair. That sucks. You're on cooldown. Two energy armor. Okay, so you're going to be physical. Scarabs! No! Don't deploy! Cannot protect scarabs! What are those? Opportunity equals knowledge. Gather. Must obtain. Required. Scarabs detected. Source data surfacing. No life forms detected. Area safe. Continue forward. Redditus, verify your cognites, then tell me what surfaced from Magos Resex's cognitas. Scarabs of an unknown Xenos race. Biology, synthetic, possibly artificial intelligence. One specimen is gathered. AI theory equals false. Personal recording weeks of study show there are many variants of scarabs, each of their own roles within the Xenos economy and architecture. Able to build and deconstruct anything they encounter, they're able to repair other units within their species with lightning speed. Be warned, they are deadly in larger swarms. It appears the machine spirit is with us. We've been able to access some more of Resex's data than we thought was corrupted. It must be due to its recordings. Machine spirit is blessed with access to cognitive records, blah blah blah. I'm not sure why he would look this under a synthetic proximity encryption. Okay, so when we get closer to the end of the thing, it unlocks more data. That's a weird way of encoding, but sure. Okay, we can deploy an extra servitor if we so desire. Sure. And you killed one. But, cognite point. Servitor has died! Do not worry. Troops are cannon fodder designed to protect your tech priest from enemy attacks. Without tech priest, your mission will fail. That's what I was thinking. So we'll move to here. And then we'll punch you in the face. Cognite point, thank you very much. Haven't done research on you, so I don't know how much you took. We'll stay here. Acid, one more damage. I really want those cognite points, but first things first. That shoots Necron. And you're still alive. Damn it! Okay, let's spend to you. And then move to here. Oh no, they're repairing. Opportunity attack. 4 damage. Damn! Machine spirit charged. +3 damage. Nice. What does that mean, machine spirit charged? Do you just get that when you're injured, I think? Did you just murder them in one hit? The Servitor is definitely the MVP, I think. Servitors are basically, part robot, part human, but no real human brain. Like, it uses a little bit of the brain's higher function to be able to determine, like, that's a person, that's an object, etc., rather than using a computer for that. But then the computer basically gives the instructions. It's got no personality or anything. Oh, nice one. Purged. Okay, let's move on. Final room. We're gonna die. The symbol represents a location of significant importance in your mission. Entering these rooms brings you close to the end of a mission. Negative signs of hostile forces seeking permission to proceed with data collection protocols. Confirmed. Permission authorized. Acknowledge, Magos. Protocol begins. What is primary focus, sire? Knowledge of Necron forces, numbers, defenses, and locations. Any form of data on how many remain on this rock. Secondary. Source of purpose of this tomb, why it was built. Interface devices all but eroded. There is one device that may hold answers, but Necron data looms are incomprehensible to Imperium Archotech. This might take a while. Idea, Magos. If I may take host of this priest, I could be of assistance. Approved. Hard to decipher purpose. List of suggestions. Magos. Deconstruct device. Activate switch mechanisms. Learn Necron language. And return later. What will it be, sire? Always so meticulous of your list, Tech Acquisitor. Engage on Xenos mechanisms, though I detest to do so. The promises of the rewards are too great to ignore. Having to lower ourselves to the Xenos learnings may be the only way to reach the Architect we seek. Protocol updated. Confusion. Mysteric interference. Disconnected once. Purged. Reset. Mysteric disconnect complete. Possible scrap code. Will fragment now. Fragmenting. Scrap code is basically like viruses, worms, trojans, that sort of thing. It's basically packet data that is not where it's meant to be with malicious intent. Sire, we have an unfavorable issue to deal with. Requesting Dominus input. Fragmenting. Explain. As Tech Acquisitor Scaleover has left suddenly, my cognitives glitched. Augmentation entered sporadic reaction protocols and have fried vital registries. Unclear full damage report. Necron device is now activated, sire. Fragmenting. 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 Frag. Remove yourselves from the noosphere, Scaevola. Reditors, report. The tomb is waking, sire. Reports from Skitarii cohorts across the planet note that tremors vex their locals. We've lost contact with the Skitarii that were covering the entrance to this tomb. Troom? We can hear noises of approaching forces. Improve protection protocols, load weapons, and ready for what is to come. We must face the Xenos.
I wake with the turning of aeons. Stars yet burn, life yet blossom. Is it truly time?
Hi. Thrones of Mars. What was that? An omnilinguist transmission, Magos. It seems that the mute constructs are not the only inhabitants of this structure.
What is this? Flesh and steel combined. A mockery of both. Their every footstep a blasphemy. What manner of galaxy is this into which I have awoken?
Mate, we're the blasphemy, you're the blasphemy. Principal, Xenos warform sighted. Exotic enemy signatures past sensor range. Designate Xenos Abominatus. High value target confirmed. The hunt is on. What are your orders, Magos? Capture, stand ground, or fall back. I don't think we can capture it. It's a Necron Lord. I'm going to say fall back. Get the tech priest out of there. We've got the information, right? I concur, Magos, but I fear the foe will not give us leave to depart.
Insects. This galaxy is infested with vermin.
Okay. Green lights flicker into life from within the shadows. The cop prepares for the worst. The skeletal silhouettes start to form in front of the shadows. We have to fight. And then we will die. I predicted it. I knew we were going to die. That's our escape zone. This is the final battle of the tutorial. Apply what you learned so far and strive to obtain victory. You may lose this battle, but not the war. In Mechanicus, there are many alternate paths to discover. Okay. The issue is... Void Admiral Agrolenk. Hi. Necron Warrior. Necron Warrior. We're gonna have to split up. One Tech Priest can escape. The other one is gonna die. And these red tombs are gonna spit out more. Ugh. And I'm gonna spend everything I have getting extra servitors as distractions. I don't think you can collect cognition points. I think it has to be a Tech Priest. I'm deliberately staggering them in case he's got an AoE, because I don't know what he's got. Cognition point. Not worth the run. I should have used the Service Skull. Damn. Hi, I'm coming to reveal your stats. 40 HP and 5 energy armor. Yeah, we're running.
I sailed the void for 1,000 years.
And I'll sail it for 1,000 more.
War in heaven. What can you do to strike fear in one such as I?
Have you heard Friday? It's Friday, 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 oh. Nightmare Shroud, oh dear. Wait, you switched to physical armor rather than energy? Yep, that's the dead. Okay. You have moved forwards like I intended, though. I'm going to move you back. Cognition gauge is full. Yeah, we need to spend some of our cognition, so I'm just going to do a run. Cognition point. I think I've got to try and keep the cognition gauge full. Oh, you'll pick one up when it gets to your... No. Yeah, grab cognition point. Doesn't matter what your health is. No one to shoot at. And turn. Yoink. Sweet, went through energy armor. And yeah, we're gonna run further. Cause I can then hit you with the axe. And then we do so much damage it can't be reanimated. And then we can keep running for another cognition point. This has to be a bug. I've run so far. I'm actually going to end your turn there. I don't spend too many. Oh, these wretched things stand before the Void Admiral of Strezgon? Yes! Okay, you're gonna have to block this dude. My issue here is that we're gonna walk straight past you. Which means that you'll get an opportunity attack if you've got a melee weapon. Technically your gun... No, you don't have a melee weapon, do you? Critical. Hey, that didn't really do much. When you enter melee combat, you're unable to use your ranged weapon. But... yeah, you don't have melee weapons, so you can't whack me. Cognition point. Oh, I can keep chaining them? That's meant to be the case. Alright, I might as well just get you to escape to begin with. You've used all possible actions this unit, and there's nothing more you can do. Press end turn. Okay. Sure. I was gonna. Go grab that cognition point. Because I'm going to grab a cognition point here. I can finish off the move I've paid for. And then... ah, I'm so close to getting away with the second unit as well.
When my fleet sails once more, vermin like you shall be strung from my prow.
Alright, mate. Keep your prow on. Yes! Go after him! Hey! Free cognite point! Yeah. You did what you meant to do. You died for the Omnissiah.
Hi! I've managed to escape!
Oh, yeah! Think you're all that, Agrilenk? The cohort successfully escaped the Xenos life forms. Report, Kepra. We got the squad out alive, Magos. That has to count as a victory under the circumstances. We encountered a Necron war form of capability beyond our expectation. Yes, I don't need to hold my emotional engrams. However, one battle won is not a success. We must eventually face losses on this mission. When this happens, we must press on, beyond our failure to reach success. And there's something else. The reanimation. The Necrons are waking up. It started when Rennick stumbled across the tomb, but our arrival accelerated the process. The obelisk may have been a form of intruder alarm, and now the sarcophagi in the tomb was starting to open. Then we no longer enjoy the luxury of time. Whatever we do on Silver Terebris must be done before Necrons awaken completely. We do not even know, yet, how far the tomb complex extends. We are under the gun, then. Omnissiah, preserve us, if our duty is ever easy. I return sorrow and despair for my emotional cause, but I see they lack the logic to determine decision-making. Instead, I choose to quarantine them and adjust our approach. The word of the Omnissiah teaches us that when one method fails, none must be sought until all are exhausted. Then what are your orders, Magos? The Skitarii will explore the tomb chamber by chamber and maintain a foothold. My tech priests will be deployed to achieve crucial objectives and respond to crises. Time may be a factor, but our mission can only be achieved with the thoroughness of a full deployment. I shall mobilize the Skitarii immediately, Magos. Opportunity detected. Leader forms of Necrons rarely, never observed. Potential of ++++ intelligence on Necrons added to sum total of human knowledge. Imperative. Focus on acquiring artifacts intelligence data from...
Hold your blasphemous tongue, Scaevola. You counsel the abandonment of our very souls. Life of Archimagos Boracis, Appendix 9. Our only objective should be the death to the alien and all his works. All else is defiance, deviance from the Omnissiah creed.
If intelligence gain equals true, then go to victory. Aphorism retrieval. To face an enemy unknown is to fight in the dark.
Better in ignorance than in heresy.
I return frustration under conflict and choose to experience it. There will be bloodshed enough in Silver Tenebris without the Magi coming to blows. In our purpose we are united. This is the will of the Omnissiah.
And it shall be done.
Yes, it shall be done. Scivola's the best. Magos, the readings from the tombs are troubling. The Skitarii have been monitoring the structures we uncovered, and what they found gives me grave concern.
Explain, exobiologist.
The Necron construct forms are waking up. It seems that Magos Renasic accidentally began the process and an intrusion to the structure hastened it. Necron reanimation protocols continue the tomb we entered, and from the energy spikes across the region, there are other structures yet to be uncovered. My plan for the exploration of Silver Tenebris will locate these structures and contain the constructs within. That may not be enough, Magos. I have detected a repeating pattern in the reanimation protocol and the rate the Necrons are awaking. They are speeding up. Can you become certain? Can you be... There's a lot of words here, and I have a very sore throat, sorry. The Necrons are machines. Machines act according to patterns and programs. If the reanimation protocol continues to accelerate, they will fully awaken every Necron on this planet in 264 hours. Given the extent of the buried structures, this may constitute a Necron army beyond this mission's ability to contain. That would be 11 days. I see. Then our time here is limited. Strategic calculations indicate the time spent deployed on missions will affect the overall number of missions we'll be able to deploy. Reddit is saying, yeah, you got limited time, mate. I will send Skitarii scouting parties to discover other tombs and create forward positions on your high-priority missions, sire. If the threat on Silver Tenebris is not assessed and eliminated before full reanimation is reached, we are forced to abandon the planet. Look at the top left corner of the screen. This is the Necron Awakening meter. Oh, they've changed this. This shows you how many Necron tombs are awoken on Silver Tenebris. Try and gather as much information as tech before reaching 100%. I fear they are right. I feel fear too. That is part of my humanity I've chosen to retain. But I can quarantine it in my neurovaults and choose instead to focus on what must be done. We must choose our missions wisely.
You've chosen wisely.
It will not be easy. The Omnissiah did not send us here to do anything easy. The threat to humanity present on this world will be eliminated, or we shall not leave. Thus the equation is balanced. It is the will of the machine god. A Catropis sector located. The tomb is bathed in a sickly green light that serves not to illuminate but only to make the shadows deeper. Every surface seems connected via filaments of alien light. The Zania speaks of Xenos tech heresy, forbidden knowledge, and a structure as alive and aware as anything inhabiting it. Early exploration readings indicate the walls are made of substance not known to the rituals of metallurgy. Abstract designs carved into substance suggest unknown regions of space mapped according to some alien understanding. The weight of such blasphemy slows the steps of the first troops to enter here. The heresies of knowledge are deadly enough, but it seems unlikely they're the only dangers here. Welcome to the Cassis Metallicon, an Arc Mechanicus class battleship. This class ship is one of the largest in the Imperium and the only afforded to the Adeptus Mechanicus. From here you'll be able to customize your tech priest and prep missions ahead. You can select missions from the counter portraits on the left of the screen. Before we go on a mission, we should inspect and equip our tech priest. Head to the cohort tab. Okay, right, well, I'm going to save the game. And we're going to call you YouTube. That's not YouTube. YouTube 01. And we're going to call it here for this episode. Hopefully you've enjoyed. If you have, like, you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing, particularly because it's a new game to the channel, not counting the demo we did a little bit earlier, because it's a new game and because it is a new series. Please like, subscribe, and comment, because it really does help and gives me an idea about if you want to see a lot more or not as much more. So please do. It's really good to get that feedback from you. And also,
I have moved and I'm in a new house with new internet.
finally, new internet, which means that videos will be coming back regularly again, as opposed to the little gap that we had to experience. I had a lot backlogged, but that wasn't enough. 3 weeks without internet. It was rough. It was rough. I don't even know how. Anyway, I'm back. I'm back, baby. Stay shiny.